Today I'm standing at the centre of Britain, and this is one of the few places in the countryside where you can still find a payphone. Although this one is particularly special as it was unveiled by the explorer Sir Ranulph Fiennes. But where am I? We'll find out as we escape to the country. On today's show, I'll be helping a couple cut a huge 250-mile weekly commute to work to spend more time together in the country. At first glance, our house hunt exceeds all their expectations.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
Wow, it's almost too perfect.
But then the mystery house offers them an even more enticing alternative.
I've always wanted a hallway like this.
Have you?
With the stairs and everything. Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
I'm in the county of Lancashire, in the village of Dunsop Bridge, which is part of the Duchy of Lancaster estate. It lies in the Ribble Valley in the heart of the Forest of Bowland, a designated area of outstanding natural beauty. Dunsop Bridge itself can lay claim to being the closest village to the gravitational centre of Britain, a claim which was officially recognised in 1992 by the Ordnance Survey. But its geographical importance isn't the only thing that puts this entire region on the map. House price in Lancashire is around £114,000, which is still significantly lower than the national average of £160,000. However, properties in the sought-after rural areas of the Trough of Bowland or the Ribble Valley, where a traditional home is set in an area of outstanding natural beauty, could still set you back almost double the price of a house which is quite similar but 10 miles away. Now there's food for thought. So let's see what's currently on the market. For £269,000, this character cottage in Overton not only features an impressive open-plan kitchen diner, but also an adjoining sunroom, along with 3 charming double bedrooms. If barn conversions are more your style, this one in Higher Wilton, for just shy of £600,000, is beautifully renovated, with a vaulted ceiling and exposed stone wall in the open-plan living room. It also has a bespoke farmhouse-style kitchen. If your budget stretches to £875,000, this 5-bedroom farmhouse in Hothersall has a raft of reception areas to relax in, including a conservatory which looks out over 2 acres of gardens and fields. Some great choices there, but now it's time to meet today's buyers who are hoping to make the big escape. Neil and Telma currently live in their 2-bedroom townhouse in Putney, southwest London. However, time spent together is hampered by Neil's massive 250-mile weekly commute to Lancaster, where he works as a finance director. That, combined with their forthcoming marriage, has propelled them to look for their first marital home within an hour's drive of Lancaster, which gives them the spoils of rural living.
And one reason for me wanting to go back to the country, in fact, is where I grew up. I grew up in a mining village in Yorkshire, which not picturesque in itself, but was really close to the countryside. So within 5 minutes I was out on my bike in nature reserves.
Yeah, I grew up in the country also. I grew up in a small town in Iceland. Actually, the first time I did experience England outside London, you get this whole new experience of actually something you pictured in all your storybooks and everything when you're growing up. And that is England, and I've always wanted to live there.
These days, Telma is still an avid reader and has a wide collection of books ranging from Icelandic sagas to English historical romance novels. But it isn't just these that they will need to accommodate in their next home.
We really do want big open spaces. We've looked at barn conversions, for example, with really tall ceilings. I'm 6'2", so I don't want to be wandering around banging my head on low-hanging beams in pokey little cottages. And equally, Telma's family are quite large Vikings. Her dad's 6'7", brother's 6'8", so when they come and visit, they're going to have very sore heads if we're in a little country cottage.
So a barn conversion or similar would be a good choice given the head height concerns. But there are other criteria we need to factor in.
I think the must-haves in a new home are at least 4 bedrooms. We want a large kitchen, definitely a downstairs toilet, cloakroom. We're not looking for a huge garden, we're looking for a manageable garden, but ideally with fantastic views of other people's fields and space that we don't have to look after.
And I wouldn't be against having a hot tub.
It'd be nice to have some period features, just as to that little bit of history around the building. I wouldn't really want a house that's creepy, basically. Anything that's got old creaky floorboards and creaky staircases and doors that creak in the night. I get spooked out. I think we want the mix of old and new.
Their house will soon go on the market, but they already have a clear idea of how much they can afford.
The budget for this move is a maximum of £700,000.
With a maximum budget of £700,000, they're hoping to find a home that will save Neil one heck of a weekly commute and a house that they can both call home as a married couple. Now, they're not shy of barn conversions and they're looking for lots of living space and bedrooms for visiting relatives. But so far, they haven't been very lucky finding their dream home by themselves. So let's see if we can find it for them. Neil and Telma want to focus their house search within an hour-and-a-half drive from Lancaster, where Neil works. We've combed the county for 3 fantastic properties to show them, but I won't be revealing the price of each until they've had a guess first. The last of these is our mystery house, which will give them an unexpected alternative to mull over. Isn't it beautiful here?
It is absolutely gorgeous.
But you both have pretty similar ideas about what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah, pretty much, yeah. The thing is, I'm going to probably let him lead a little bit in this because he knows the location better.
So distance is important from work. I mean, how far are you willing to go?
Probably 45 minutes to an hour maximum, driving or train time.
Yeah.
And then you'll be looking at more the home comforts and
Yeah.
a place where you can invite family and build a family.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah? How much money have we got to spend?
We're looking at a maximum of 700,000.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
In this part of the world, I think we can find you something.
I'm pretty sure.
Shall we start looking?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Come on, let's
okay.
go. With their £700,000 budget, Neil and Telma are looking for a country home which mixes old and new and gives them reception areas for entertaining, a large modern kitchen, 4 bedrooms, a manageable garden, and a property located within easy reach of Neil's work. We're kicking off our property search on the fringes of the Forest of Bowland, close to the village of Calder Vale, which gives Neil a half-hour drive to work in Lancaster. Sitting on the banks of the River Calder, many of the workers' cottages here date back to the 1830s and are a reminder of the village's cotton milling past. Garstang, just a few miles away, prides itself on being the world's first fair trade town and is a useful hub for amenities. For starters, we're serving up a fine example of a property style our couple have specially asked for. Right, here we are. Property number 1, a nice substantial, chunky barn conversion for you, surrounded by open countryside.
Oh, it's amazing.
This is certainly the countryside.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Like the space, I can see
love
wide,
it.
bright eyes.
Yeah.
What about the property?
I love it.
Yeah, that's
It
great.
looks really, really good.
Love that
Yeah.
stonework.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
is the attitude.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's have a look inside.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
The stone fabric of the barn dates back around 100 years and has just one neighbouring property. Only converted 5 years ago, it provides a fantastically modern interior. Ha-ha! A grand entrance.
Wow.
I think you can fit the 6-foot Nordic relatives in here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's fantastic.
It is. It's so bright and just stylish.
Stylish,
Yeah.
you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Very,
I
very
love it.
contemporary.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd say so. Very contemporary, a nice fresh feel. I love this space here where you can
Exactly.
see
Yeah, it's
the
so-
countryside either end with all the light.
So bright.
And this oak staircase.
Yeah.
It's a great centrepiece.
Big echoey space.
Yeah, it is.
I tell you what, in this property, you're going to have more space than you know what to do with.
Oh, my God.
I
Fantastic.
guarantee.
Yeah, it's
Come on, let's have a look this way.
Okay.
And you can see we've got a dining space here, although it is open plan.
Yeah,
you can see the
lovely.
thickness of the walls.
Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And of course, it leads down here into your open plan kitchen.
Okay.
That is amazing. I
Big
love
space.
it. Yeah.
Great. It's got a good feel.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's a fantastic space.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need. I mean, you've got so much workspace, all the cupboards down below, but plenty, I think. I know that you've said you like to entertain parties, congregating in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Can you imagine that here?
Yeah, I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think it'd spill across the whole floor, wouldn't it?
It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
Well, you get the space, you get the light, and then beyond this room, you've got a big utility space. All those sort of white goods are out there.
Yeah.
Another room, which is sort of being used as storage at the moment, I say. And then beyond that, something that I would call almost an annex, a room big enough to be treated at the moment like the 5th bedroom, because there are 4 upstairs.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and a shower room. I almost forgot. There's just so much.
Really?
How does it go that way?
It's the TARDIS.
I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's just one half. Shall we go check out the other side?
Absolutely.
The clean contemporary lines continue in the sitting room.
Little step up. Here we go.
It's amazing.
It's a fantastic space.
I love it.
Again, it's very light and open in area, isn't it? And
It is.
big windows and, yeah, it's great.
Big windows, big space.
Yeah.
Do you have big furniture?
We do actually, and our plan was to get a really big corner sofa, so this would be a perfect area for that.
You've then got the sunroom, which is a great sun trap, south-facing. And beyond that, you've got another room. So that's, I think, an awful lot of space.
Yeah, it is.
It's
For the
great.
2 of you.
Exactly.
How are you planning to fill it all?
I'm not quite sure.
There's a lot of guests, very regularly.
It's great. It's great space. I love it.
And 10 kids?
And 10 kids.
Why not?
There you go.
Maybe.
Did you see
That will loosen some of the Yorkshire pennies, won't it?
Whether it's party guests, Telma's tall relatives, or future children, the 4 bedrooms upstairs should fit the bill, as they all have en suites. First stop, the master.
So this could be your bedroom.
It's fantastic.
It's a great space. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
How do you think it suits you?
Perfectly. Just the built-in wardrobes are exactly what we need. It's perfect.
Plus, the ensuite. Just go and have a look at that in there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's great, isn't it?
I love it.
Not far to walk.
Exactly.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Not far to walk. Nice big bathroom
Yeah.
space. You've got the skylight here, so you get some of the blue sky on a day like today.
It's perfect. I love it.
The space is great. We could
Yeah.
personalise it and make it our own. can't we?
Exactly.
The other 3 bedrooms are all large enough to be doubles. The second, complete with fitted wardrobes and an ensuite shower room, as are the 3rd and the 4th, whose shower rooms are of a similar size. Our barn conversion certainly gives them a lot of house, and there's not a thing to do other than add their own personal touches. Outside, the immediate garden amounts to an acre, but that's not even the half of it.
Are you big gardeners?
I'm the green finger one.
I'm not so much, no.
Yeah, I'd like to close off the fence a little bit, maybe.
You'd want to close off the fence.
Yeah.
That's
privacy.
interesting.
Can we do that?
Well, you might not want to.
Oh.
Because you don't just get this acre. There's another 10 acres that come with this property.
What?
Yes. When we came in, there's a field there, there's a field there, and then behind us, this wall here.
Oh my
going across.
God.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That shocked you.
gardening to do.
Well, you don't have to garden it. The
No.
local farmer actually rents it off them and uses it, so the sheep will come
All right.
along and keep the grass low for you. So it's just extra land you've got, really.
Yeah.
It means you keep your views.
Yeah.
All could be yours if you buy this property, and that depends on the price, I guess.
Yeah.
So, who's going to go first? How much do you think
Yes.
it's on the market for?
No, I think ladies should go first.
Oh my
First
God.
argument, I love it.
Well, I had made up my mind, but then you added all that land, so I'm quite confused now. I would say 650, around that.
650,000? Okay.
I really don't know. I'm going to go slightly lower, I think. I think maybe 625.
625, okay, so leaving you a bit of room. Okay, well, you do get a lot of house and 11 acres, and that comes at a price of 699,995.
Really?
Okay.
So right at the top of your budget. Affordable,
Yeah.
There isn't actually much you'd have to do, though, is there?
No, you could move in straight away.
Exactly.
So you've still got plenty of rooms to explore in there. Why don't you go and have a look,
All
and
right.
I will talk to you later on.
Okay. Thank you.
Sneaking in just under their £700,000 budget, our pristine barn conversion gives them an abundance of space, made up of 4 reception rooms, so plenty of options for party guests, a huge contemporary kitchen, 4 potential bedrooms, all with an ensuite, and in total, a jaw-dropping 11 acres of land.
I actually really like this house. I think it's got great potential. It's a fantastic conversion. It's been really well done. But yeah, it's still a blank canvas. It's amazing space, and it's got big open rooms, big high ceilings. So perfect for me and the Vikings when they come over to visit as well.
I love the feel of it. Kitchen area is perfect size. Sitting room, absolutely love. It's bright and open and got a great fireplace, which I've always wanted. All the bedrooms are great. It's got everything we could possibly want.
Hello, you two. I've been surveying your land and imagining that hot tub.
Oh, yeah.
And you've had plenty of time to explore inside.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great.
Oh, I know you love it, but it was only house number 1.
Okay.
We've got more to do. Come on.
All right.
The Forest of Bowland is dominated by Pendle Hill, which at over 1,800 feet is a defining feature of the local landscape and whose summit is steeped in history. Besides being home to a Bronze Age burial ground, it was after climbing Pendle Hill in 1652 that preacher George Fox went on to found the Quaker movement, despite the hardened disapproval of the established church. In the early 17th century, the area played host to persecution of a different nature, which forms the basis of much local myth and legend. Although Neil isn't one for spooky stories, Telma loves a good old English historical yarn. So earlier in the week, we sent them to meet local guide Mike Williams to learn more about the area's fascinating past.
In the surrounding areas, in the villages around, that's where the Pendle witches were, nearly 400 years ago. And this was the biggest witchcraft trial in England. Okay. That was in 1612. There were 10 of them, and actually 9 of them were hanged. One of them died in prison at Lancaster Castle. I think this was a show trial. James I had just come to the throne.
Yeah.
He'd actually published a book on witchcraft called Demonology. He was really scared and maybe possibly quite ignorant as well. A lot of it was religious persecution of the Catholics, and the gunpowder plot had just happened. People different in society, and these women were different. They stood out. If you read the transcript of the trial, it was all slanted towards proving they were witches.
They had no chance, basically.
They had no chance, no.
That's amazing.
Close by in the village of Newchurch in Pendle, St Mary's Church, consecrated in 1544, features some intriguing symbols, such as the Eye of God, which very appropriately is supposed to ward off evil. Although the claim that the witches stole bones from this churchyard for their spells is more fiction than fact, there is one spine-chilling find.
We do have this very interesting symbol on the grave.
That's seriously spooky.
Yeah. Do they have any theories about how this came about?
Well, one of the things is as well is also you've got a headstone here which has lots of names on. The name Nutter appears. Now, one of the witches was called Alice Nutter, but there's no Alice Nutter on here. It's not a witch's grave, but there's a family here going on with the Nutters, so that's probably why this symbol. There has been a lot of talk in the press as well with people wanting to pardon the witches, so it's all part of the history.
Exactly.
These days, Newchurch is happy to be known for being at the centre of witches' country. But whether Telma and Neil will be spellbound by the rest of our properties remains to be seen. Our house search continues over to the eastern side of the Forest of Bowland and nudges us into North Yorkshire to the village of Hellifield, around a 50-minute drive from Neil's work in Lancaster. Many of the stone buildings that house the village's amenities date back to the 1900s, when it became a major interchange on the historic Settle to Carlisle railway line. And stone is a running theme throughout our second property.
It's a good-looking property, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And behind a gate. You've got a gated community here of 7 houses.
Let's keep us in or out.
I'm not sure. Depends on your behaviour.
No, it
today.
looks really, really lovely. Yeah.
And for you, it's very, very close to the village. We're in Hellerfield, and literally 2 minutes down the road, I'm told, you can walk into the village and the pub.
Oh, really?
Yes. Let's have a look inside.
All right.
Okay.
The stone facade certainly adds a rustic charm to this new build property. So we'll enter via the back door and take a look at the kitchen, which has a warm contemporary feel I hope they'll both be at home with.
And a beautiful kitchen with this house.
Oh, yeah, wow. It's lovely.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's very modern,
It's beautiful.
contemporary. It's quite similar to our kitchen at home, but it's a bigger. And probably a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
But this is your
Lovely.
style then?
Style.
Yeah.
Ah,
It is.
so if you're
It's
doing a
very
kitchen, you go for this sort of granite
Carving.
surfaces.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
silver and-
But I love it. Yeah.
Got everything you need. Can you see this kitchen working for you as an entertaining space? I know it's really important for you.
Yeah, I definitely can. It's big enough, definitely, for quite a lot of people.
Yeah, interesting to see the flow with the rest of the house there, just to understand how people can move around.
Behind us, there's a spacious utility room, but we'll walk through the main hallway, off which lead all the reception rooms. One of these is a very generous-sized snug. And next to the kitchen, the separate dining room is impeccably presented. But will they want to put their feet up in this sitting room?
So how about this for perfection?
That is amazing.
Wow, it's almost too perfect. It's-
Yeah.
You don't want to tread on the floor, do you?
It is pretty white and pristine and
It's-
quite palatial.
Very much so. Yeah.
But I must say, I think that's really the decor.
Yeah.
So let's kind of, if you can, strip out the decor a moment and
Yeah.
just think about the room.
Yeah, it's a really cosy space.
Yeah, it is.
You've got the beams, you've got that fireplace, and
true.
again, you've got the views.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about the flow in the kitchen. You've had a little wander through this floor. What do you feel?
I still feel the other house had a better flow
Yeah.
from a social point of view. This is lots of confined spaces that are all very separate.
That's true. Yeah.
And do you prefer open plan, or you're reserving judgment for now?
Reserving
Yeah,
judgment,
I
but
just-
I'm angling towards
yeah.
the open plan.
You're erring towards open plan. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, right. Well, I tell you where there is a lot of space. Upstairs.
All
Come and have a
right.
look at the bedrooms.
Check that out.
There's lots of space to accommodate their guests, as there are 6 bedrooms that lead off this generous landing. But first, we'll take a look at where they could sleep.
This is currently the master.
Wow. That is
It's,
breathtaking.
It is.
Yeah, it
So
is.
room size-wise, I mean, you've
It's
got
very,
fitted
very
wardrobes, an ensuite,
Yeah.
room for a huge bed,
Exactly.
and stunning views.
I think the ensuite certainly adds a touch of luxury, but let's see if the bedroom at the end of the landing measures up to Neil's expectations.
Right, Neil, is this grand enough for you?
Wow.
I think this will probably do.
That is huge.
Wow,
Would that do?
Wow.
Enough space?
it's
Exactly.
huge. It's
Wow.
like 2 bedrooms in one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. You've got these fantastic views either side.
Yeah.
You can have the biggest bed and still have more space.
Yeah.
And your ensuite's just there.
Okay.
Wow. That's a great sized room.
Now what do you
Definitely.
think?
Yeah.
This is grand.
The roll-top bath in the family bathroom offers up another lavish bathing option. The remaining 4 bedrooms are perfect for guests, one being a double with fitted wardrobes and a stylish ensuite shower room, and another currently used as a dressing room. The 5th bedroom provides them with a ready-made study, and the 6th is another light, spacious room. Outside adjoining the property is a huge double garage, and the garden size is exactly what they requested.
We don't give you all the fields this time. This is the extent of the garden, but it's what you asked for.
Yeah.
It's manageable.
Yeah,
Very good
It's
size
good management
garden.
space. It's private as well, I guess.
And I think there's probably a good spot for a hot tub just over
Yeah,
there.
I was just thinking that. That would be perfect.
How much do you think it's on
You
the
go
market
first
for?
this time.
I think it's cheaper than the other one. Maybe 640,
Okay.
I guess.
I would say around 600, 610.
600 or 610, so
Yeah.
much lower.
Yeah.
Well, it's somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
This is on the market at £625,000.
Okay.
Now, that leaves you a lot of spare change.
Yeah.
So at that price, I think there's plenty of food for thought.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
Yeah, well, go in there,
Okay.
explore, tell me your thoughts later on.
Will do. All right.
Comfortably under budget at £625,000, this Yorkshire stone-built property has many of the elements that they wanted from their ideal home, as it includes a large contemporary kitchen diner, 3 spacious reception rooms, 6 bedrooms, 3 of which have an ensuite, and a manageable garden looking out onto open countryside. What's more, it's a commutable distance to work for Neil.
This house, it's fantastic. It's really well laid out. It's very smart, very modern, very contemporary. Just doesn't have that wow factor about it compared to the other house that perhaps spoiled us a little bit. So I'm really struggling to see us in this space.
I think this house is fantastic. It's beautiful and really well kept. Even though there are so many rooms here, we both agree on the fact that we would like an open plan.
Hi.
Aha, there you are.
Hello.
Seen everything you need to?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have a good
definitely.
nosy around.
Yes. I've had a good nosy at your neighbours. But that's it, 2 houses for today.
Yeah.
And I think plenty to think about.
No, definitely. Yeah.
As evening falls over the Lancashire skyline, the first day of our house search draws to a close. Neil and Telma are about to embark on married life together, and with their £700,000 budget, want to leave London behind and head north to Lancashire, which will relieve Neil of his 250-mile weekly commute to work. Of the 2 properties we've shown them so far, the modern interior of our barn conversion had them beaming. But next, we do a complete U-turn with our mystery property.
That is amazing.
That's like an archway into a castle, isn't it?
And I taste one of Lancashire's local delicacies.
This is delicious. We got off to a fantastic start with Telma and Neil yesterday. So good that the question is, can we do any better? Well, for our mystery house, we are going to give them everything they've asked for and a little bit more. What are you expecting from the mystery property?
I'm intrigued. A little bit worried.
Why would you be worried, Neil? What could we possibly do?
I'm not quite sure what you're going to bring out of left field to challenge us.
Neil will be relieved that the mystery property is the nearest of our 3 houses to Lancaster, just over 11 miles away from the village of Ray, which along with a church and a local post office has its own little cafe. Hidden away in a remote setting, our mystery property actually serves up 2 living areas, one for them and one from which they could run a business or house Telma's visiting family.
What do you think of this?
I think that's lovely.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a barn conversion, converted back in 2003.
All right.
But the barn dates back to 1676.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a long
That's
time
amazing.
ago. Very
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
Lots of history.
I love that.
So, first impressions?
I absolutely love it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's very countrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a great feel about it. It looks very cozy.
So far, all good. So, why on earth is it a mystery?
I don't know. Why is it?
Well, let's just say it will give you more options than the other properties
Yeah.
we've shown you.
Okay.
OK? Intrigued?
Yeah, very much so.
Let's have a look.
All right.
This mystery barn conversion is a complete departure from the open plan, seamless flow of our first property. So it's a real gamble as to whether they'll warm to this amount of character.
Right. Look at this.
Oh, my
Wow.
wow. That is amazing. I love that.
That's like an archway into a castle, isn't it?
It is.
I've always wanted a hallway like this.
Have you?
With the stairs and everything. Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
Well, this is an original feature. This used to be a cattle barn.
Yeah.
And the barn kind of started from there, went backwards, and then this extension was added on.
Okay. Yeah, I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
We're on a roll, I think. Let's
Yeah.
go through to the kitchen.
All right.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
It's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's very spacious.
Good
And
light
that
as well, isn't it?
character there.
Well, yes, you've got the exposed stone wall.
Yeah.
Again, the original barn. And then quite a lot of space. To me, this seems like a good entertaining space with this curved surface here.
Yeah.
Lots of room on this side.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a drinks bar.
Yeah. You could easily throw a party here.
Yeah.
It's just-
Great natural light as well.
Yeah.
And you don't just get this space. Through there, you've got a big utility space
Really?
and a toilet at the back.
Really? Oh,
Okay.
that's amazing.
So all the big white goods, your big fridge freezer can go through there.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah.
Concentrate on socialising in here.
Looks good.
You could just socialise in here,
Yeah.
or you could take people through to the dining room.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, it's nice. that's amazing.
fantastic, isn't it? It's great.
There
I
you
love that.
go. Another original feature.
That's great.
Oh, I really like this. It's got a good feel to it.
Would you like to have something like this? Is this sort of Christmas Day, everyone
Yeah.
piled in a room like
Definitely.
this?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Big Christmas tree out by the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge Christmas tree out there.
That would be absolutely fantastic.
We'll move out of the extended part and through to explore the original framework of the barn in the living room.
Now, Neil, first test. How do you fare with those?
Okay, just about.
Just about.
So,
Very good. And a little bit more height once you get in here. But we're up into the original barn.
It's a really, really nice room.
yeah, it is very cosy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And look at those views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That is amazing.
Open countryside again, and they've got window seats
Look at the
as
window
well.
seats, they're great.
Oh, I love those. Oh, that's so cute.
So I have to say, I was a little bit nervous about bringing you up into this part of the house because of the lower ceilings, and I thought that wouldn't work for you, but I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good
I like
transition,
it.
isn't it? It blends quite well. Go from down there up here. It
It
really
does.
works.
Yeah.
What about the tall relatives? Will they cope?
Well, they just have to cope. They'll just have to lower themselves or bend over or whatever.
Well, by the time they finish partying down there, they're going to roll into here.
That's true.
We can just leave them down there.
Or, even better, this property comes with 4 bedrooms.
Okay.
One of them is just over there.
Oh,
So you've got a
that's
big bedroom over there with its ensuite, so you could just let them stay down here.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Despite the low beams, the character features of our mystery house have really struck a chord with them. Let's hope they're as positive about upstairs, where there's a generous landing, off which lies the family bathroom, and the remaining 3 bedrooms. They include a single room lit by a skylight and a double with lovely high roof timbers, which also feature in the master bedroom.
Right, tell me what you think of this.
Oh, it's really nice.
It's great. It's not a
Yeah.
huge space, but it just feels really
very
cosy.
cosy.
Nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's got a relaxing feel, hasn't it? It's
great.
And it comes with an ensuite. So you could see yourselves in this property
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there is some extra space with this one.
Okay.
You've got a whole holiday cottage next door.
What?
What?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So that's something I'd like you to go and explore on your own.
Okay.
A little bit.
They seem to have been won over by the part of the house that would be their home, so hopefully they'll be excited by the potential of the adjoining self-contained cottage.
Here it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a great little extra space, isn't it?
Look at that. It's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could potentially knock through there as well. We could combine the two, maybe, and just have
That's-
a bigger single property.
As a possibility. Check it out.
Up a flight of stairs, the living room is finished to a really high standard.
And there's more.
Upstairs, this cottage provides 2 bedrooms. One large one currently set up as a twin with a nicely fitted ensuite, and the other one slightly smaller but with fabulous views, and again benefiting from its own ensuite. Our mystery proposition offers them 2 houses for the price of 1, and if they want it, a healthy holiday let business that currently pulls in, on average, £400 a week, with bookings taken for just over 20 weeks a year. But with all that on offer, something has to give.
So, a lot of property there.
Yeah.
Not so much on the outside space. So there's no back garden and there's no garden as such. You've got this area here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could fit a hot tub in,
Yeah.
potentially.
Exactly. It's actually enough space.
It's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a nice space. It's manageable. Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty. It looks really nice.
Well, you've seen it all, but weather's turning on us. Shall we guess the price?
Yeah, let's do that.
Go on then, how much do you think it's on the market for?
I'm going to just take a shot. It might be way below, and say 575.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neil?
I'm thinking because there isn't much land with it, it's going to be even lower than that. And I'm going down to the 4s, I think. So maybe 450.
450.
Go low.
Go very low. That's a very low guess, Neil. And I have to say, Thelma, you win. In fact, you're spot on.
Oh, my God.
It is on the market at £575,000.
Okay. Well done. You win the beer.
I do? Yeah.
Why don't you go and have another look around?
Okay.
Think about what you'd do with that extra money if you bought this.
Yeah.
And let me know, because you've got some decisions to make later.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Comfortably under budget at £575,000, our mystery barn conversion not only gives Neil a quick 20-minute drive to work, but provides them with a large convivial kitchen, a huge living room with character features galore, and 3 bedrooms in the main house. But what with 2 further bedrooms in the self-contained cottage, there's ample space for Thelma's relatives to stay.
I definitely love this house. It's got such a good feel to it. It's got character. But if we could possibly just make it our own, that would be absolutely wonderful. So we definitely consider this house.
Given us a lot to think about with the Mystery House, but having seen it, we love it. And then you threw a real curveball in terms of the holiday accommodation next door, which is good and bad. I don't think we were too keen on the idea of strangers living next door to us, even for a week at a time. But if there's an opportunity to knock that space through, this could very well be the dream house. Hi.
Hello there. Hello. Right, you've seen all of our houses now, all 3. The rain's coming down, though, so let's get inside, get warm, and have a chat about everything you've seen.
Okay.
Come on.
In times, potted shrimps have been hailed as a Lancashire delicacy, and I'm visiting one company which still makes them, and finding out more from owner Sue Nelson.
And I feel very honoured and privileged to be here. I mean, this has been in your family for how long?
The family business was established in 1799, so we've been here a long time. And my brother and I were the 7th generation to take on the business.
That is really impressive.
These shrimps here, they're fresh, straight from the sea. Mark's picking them. Would you like to have a go?
I think
you should.
Pick one up,
OK.
put it in your hand,
Put it in the hand, head that way.
squeeze, twist, pull,
Oh.
squeeze.
As well as being a great source of protein and omega-3 oil, shrimps are also low in saturated fat. The shrimps are cooked with spices for around 10 minutes before they're cooled on trays where they're repeatedly turned, so the butter is evenly distributed.
She's working me hard.
The potting process uses clarified butter as a sealant and was a popular way in Victorian England of preserving food, which, like curing and pickling, adds a distinctive flavour. And I'm keen to sample this traditional seafood speciality.
So this is the finished product?
This is the finished product. Would you like to taste them?
Oh, I'd love to. It smells wonderful.
Please,
OK,
yes.
well, I'm going to tuck in. There we go.
Yes?
This is delicious. I have got to get back to my house buyers, but do you mind if I stay here and finish this first?
Absolutely.
You
Enjoy.
join me?
For sure. Thank you.
I love the magic of the Mystery House, and this one seems to be a real strong contender. So let's find out what they've decided. Well, our mission this week was to shorten your commute and to find you a marital home, your first home you're going to buy together. So, 3 interesting houses, and we started with the very contemporary barn conversion.
I think we both were blown away by it initially. I mean, the views up there were amazing. It was incredible. You can see the whole world from up there.
I really, really love that house. Just everything about it, surrounding area. But the house itself is just simply amazing.
And what about all of that extra land? 11 acres in total.
That was pretty mind-blowing. I think when
Yeah.
you said that, it's not necessarily something we wanted. It's kind of an added bonus, I guess, of that house.
For the second property, we took you over the border, a little bit
Yeah.
cheeky, but into North Yorkshire, to a different sort of property, a bit more of a house in a gated community.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that one?
Everything about it was absolutely lovely. It's just that inside of it, there was no open area. Every room just very separate. It's this feeling you get. It didn't suit. It didn't suit us.
So it was not the right feeling at all, and you're quite certain on that one.
Yeah.
Finally, the mystery property. It's designed to throw you a curveball, and I think it did. And you were blown away by the inside, that arch.
That entranceway was really dramatic and fantastic, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely love it. It's just gorgeous.
There's a good flow to the place. It had a really good feel.
Yeah.
Certainly the lounge I felt was really cosy and comfy, and there, just sitting, chilling out.
What about the holiday cottage idea? Could you see yourselves running a little business?
I think the holiday cottage aspect was something that did throw us a real curveball. And there's positives there, potentially, that if we could combine the two into a single dwelling, that would be a really, really nice house.
Interesting.
If we could do that.
Big if. And the big question is, have you found what you're looking for in any of the houses we showed you?
Maybe we have.
Yeah, we might have.
I think that's positive, but there was a maybe in there. Go on, enlighten me.
Well, there are a couple of houses, the first one and the third one. We really, really like them. And it kind of just depends on how things are going to progress in regards to the holiday lets, for instance, in the third house, how that would go.
That, to me, would feel more like a home than the first house.
Yeah, I tend to agree with him on that. If we manage to knock down a wall and make that, like, one house.
Oh, you're making major steps, aren't you? Knocking down walls. I'm so pleased for you both. I hope you're going to settle into the countryside and get back that country living you've been looking forward to.
That'd be great.
And, of course, you've got the wedding coming up too, so
Yeah.
best of luck with that.
Great.
Thank you so much.
It's been a real pleasure spending time with you.
You too, it's been
Thanks
great.
very much for your help.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
fantastic.
much.
What a tremendous result. I'm so happy for Telma and Neil. Not only have we managed to find them two homes that they absolutely love, but I also think we've contributed to the start of their brand new lives together. And that feels great. I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country.
If you would like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and would like our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/beonashow.
Today I'm standing at the centre of Britain, and this is one of the few places in the countryside where you can still find a payphone. Although this one is particularly special as it was unveiled by the explorer Sir Ranulph Fiennes. But where am I? We'll find out as we escape to the country.
On today's show, I'll be helping a couple cut a huge 250-mile weekly commute to work to spend more time together in the country. At first glance, our house hunt exceeds all their expectations.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
Wow. It's almost too perfect.
But then the mystery house offers them an even more enticing alternative.
I've always wanted a hallway like this.
Have you?
With the stairs and everything. Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
I'm in the county of Lancashire, in the village of Dunsop Bridge, which is part of the Duchy of Lancaster estate. It lies in the Ribble Valley in the heart of the Forest of Bowland, a designated area of outstanding natural beauty. Dunsop Bridge itself can lay claim to being the closest village to the gravitational centre of Britain, a claim which was officially recognised in 1992 by the Ordnance Survey. But its geographical importance isn't the only thing that puts this entire region on the map. House price in Lancashire is around £114,000, which is still significantly lower than the national average of £160,000. However, properties in the sought-after rural areas of the Trough of Bowland or the Ribble Valley, where a traditional home is set in an area of outstanding natural beauty, could still set you back almost double the price of a house which is quite similar but 10 miles away. Now there's food for thought. So let's see what's currently on the market.
For £269,000, this character cottage in Overton not only features an impressive open-plan kitchen diner, but also an adjoining sunroom, along with 3 charming double bedrooms. If barn conversions are more your style, this one in Higher Wilton, for just shy of £600,000, is beautifully renovated, with a vaulted ceiling and exposed stone wall in the open-plan living room. It also has a bespoke farmhouse-style kitchen. If your budget stretches to £875,000, this 5-bedroom farmhouse in Hothersall has a raft of reception areas to relax in, including a conservatory which looks out over 2 acres of gardens and fields.
Some great choices there, but now it's time to meet today's buyers who are hoping to make the big escape.
Neil and Telma currently live in their two-bedroom townhouse in Putney, southwest London. However, time spent together is hampered by Neil's massive 250-mile weekly commute to Lancaster, where he works as a finance director. That, combined with their forthcoming marriage, has propelled them to look for their first marital home within an hour's drive of Lancaster, which gives them the spoils of rural living.
And one reason for me wanting to go back to the country, in fact, is where I grew up. I grew up in a mining village in Yorkshire, which, not picturesque in itself, but was really close to the countryside. So within 5 minutes I was out on my bike and nature reserves.
Yeah, I grew up in the country also. Grew up in a small town in Iceland. Actually, the first time I did experience England outside London, you get this whole new experience of actually something you pictured in all your storybooks and everything when you're growing up. And that is England, and I've always wanted to live there.
These days, Telma is still an avid reader and has a wide collection of books ranging from Icelandic sagas to English historical romance novels. But it isn't just these that they will need to accommodate in their next home.
We really do want big open spaces. We've looked at barn conversions, for example, with really tall ceilings. I'm 6'2", so I don't want to be wandering around banging my head on low-hanging beams in pokey little cottages. And equally, Telma's family are